What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 77 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off the best gaming setups. And as always, each week we show off some killer setups for you guys to give you some ideas, inspirations for your setup. Now, last week's winner of the $100 gift card, the first one, the voter goes to Aaron. Congratulations, man. And the winner of the best setup goes to a careless guy. So congrats to you both. And if you haven't already downloaded the nice app, make sure you do. You can watch my videos early for free there, as well as be entered to win an Amazon gift card just by voting and engaging with the series. So we've got a lot of cool stuff coming in terms of the nice app. I'm really pumped for that. And as I always do with the series, I'll have all the links to the products you see in the description down below so you can check it out. But let's start off episode 77. First off is Stanlerd, and if you guys remember around 2 months ago I had him on the show. He had that very unique Dead Space looking setup, and he's back again to show off his 2017 revamp with a few new additions. This red and black theme is highlighted nicely by his Dead Space theme, and you can see with those 4 monitors he's definitely got pixels for days, and that top overhead was his new addition. His bottom 3 monitors are from Dell. They are 1440p and 144Hz a piece, and that top overhead one is a 27-inch 4K display from Dell as well. Down to his peripherals, his keyboard is the Corsair Gaming K95 RGB keyboard. Of course, got the red lights in there going on. And as for the rest, his mouse is the Asus ROG Spatha with the Corsair Void wireless RGB headset and a custom painted red and black Xbox One controller, all on his custom made mouse pad, which is also Dead Space themed. And for some extra audio, he has the Bose Companion 5 speaker setup. He also 3D printed those Dead Space markers there on his desk. Just again, really liking the dedication to his theme, and that's all going to be highlighted by that RGB light strip behind his desk as well. You can catch a quick glimpse behind his monitors here where all the cables and stuff are routed. Pretty chaotic, but overall when you're looking at his desk setup like face on, there's not a lot of cables in sight, so he did a good job keeping that all locked down, kind of behind the scenes. And then over to his PC, the case here is the Corsair 780T full tower. Inside that he has an i7 5820K CPU and an MSI X99A SLI Plus motherboard, 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RAM, and he's got 3 MSI 980 Ti's here, all custom water cooled as well, and it just looks really cool. Definitely fitting in, again, like I've said 20 times so far, fitting in with your theme. The red coolant and the red lights inside really make it stand out. But yeah, man, definitely a good revision for 2017. I think the 3 monitors were crazy enough, but the fact you added that overhead, that 4K overhead display, really takes your Dead Space setup to the next level. And like I said earlier, I can really appreciate your dedication to sticking to a theme, which is the game that you really seem to enjoy. Now, what you're about to witness here is possibly one of the greatest transformation renovations I've seen probably ever. This was an unused garage and is now a crazy cool studio and, kind of gaming setup that is just mind-blowing in every way. So you look at it now, this is how crazy cool it looks, and this is what it looked like before. This transformation is insane, and I give you a million props for doing what you've done. Now, he did note he does play some games, but I wouldn't really categorize this as a gaming setup. Probably mostly used for music production, and judging by most of the gear in this setup and on his desk, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm 100% right, because I couldn't tell you what half that stuff was, and I'm sure people here who aren't into music production wouldn't really know or really care either. But judging by everything else I've seen, I guess this stuff is going to be the best of the best. Now, as for those displays, he has 2 Dell 2717H monitors mounted nicely side by side. Don't see any cables hanging down, so you did a great job on the cable management. And that overhead TV is a massive 4K 55-inch TV from Samsung there. Definitely pretty crazy. And those studio monitors on each side of his setup are the KRK VXT6s, and he has the V-Trek 150 watt speakers in each corner of the room. My God. Underneath his desk, you can see the PC, and inside the NZXT H440 case, he has an i7 4790K CPU on an Asus Hero 7 motherboard, 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM, and 2 GTX 970s. Like I said, he could definitely game on that if he wants. So this renovated studio is absolutely insane, probably one of my favorites of all time. You can game in here, get some music production done. Altogether, this is just crazy. Now we have a dual setup here from Lemuel with a triple monitor setup off to the left side of the room and a dual workstation off to the right side. But for this, we're going to focus on his main desk setup. It is all on a custom built counter, which looks pretty nice, and the cool kind of wooden L-shaped desk he's got going on. Always love DIY stuff. For those 3 monitors, his main display in the middle is a 34-inch ultra-wide LG monitor with 2 Asus 27-inch monitors on each side. And so far, just judging from what I see, it seems that black and red is going to be his kind of color theme. His keyboard is the Logitech G710 Plus with Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum mouse on a nice red and black extended mouse pad there from Habit. You can see he's got some Dragon Ball Z pop figures as well. And I like how you have your cables there routed into your desk with a grommet, helps keep the clutter down to a minimum. Then toss off to the side, we have some few things here like an Xbox One controller, the Naughty notification device, a little dock for your phone, Audio-Technica M50X headphones as well. And that'll bring us into his PC. He has a Phanteks Enthoo Evolve ATX case with that nice tempered glass side panel. Inside is an i7 6800K CPU with the Corsair Hydro H100 V2 liquid cooler. 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX RAM, that's on an Asus X99A motherboard, and the Gigabyte GTX 1070 G1 graphics card. It's also got a ton of SSD space. But I see you, Lemuel, keep doing your thing here. I think your desk setup is going pretty well. I would just recommend some organization there off to the side by your PC just to take it to the next level. Now we have a cool BioShock theme setup here that does something really unique that I haven't seen before. He has 2 curved displays with a curved soundbar mounted underneath, but I really like the overall flow to this. For his desk, he's got that nice Carl B countertop there from IKEA with the Alexa drawer in black on the left side, and he seems to have a little mini fridge on the right side acting as a kind of support leg there. But as for his monitors, he has 2 of the Asus ROG Swift 34-inch displays there, 100 Hz apiece, and underneath that, like I mentioned, he has a Samsung soundbar that is also curved, so both of them mounted Samsung soundbar there. Pretty unique, and it's going to give him audio pretty much directly right in front of his face. On his desk, he looks like he has a Microsoft Surface tablet, like the little BioShock health drink there with the on that little plutonium coaster it lights up. Definitely makes it look cool. And as for the rest of his RGB peripherals, shining blue to match his theme, is the Corsair K95 RGB keyboard with a Corsair Saber RGB mouse on the Corsair MM800 RGB Polaris mousepad. And for some extra audio, underneath his desk he has his Astro A40 gaming headset. And now into his PC, and this thing is just a masterpiece here. He also has the Phanteks Evolve ATX case. Tempered glass always looks crazy. Inside is an i7 6850K CPU with the Deepcool Captain 240EX in white. That just looks perfectly great with this build. We got 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LED RAM in white as well on the Asus X99 Deluxe 2 ATX motherboard. And 2 EVGA 1080s in SLI. They're the FTW Gaming ACX 3.0 graphics cards, and just altogether that nice white accent inside with some of the LED lights and the fans makes it look really cool. So altogether, man, this setup is really nice, and I really like the way you have the curved monitors side by side with that curved soundbar mounted underneath, and that little homage to your love for BioShock is definitely cool. My only suggestion, and it's going to be extremely minor and easy to fix, find some cool BioShock wallpapers. I think that would really take your setup to the next level, and it'll fit in with your theme and make it look just that much better. And last but not least is a nice dual monitor setup here that has that unique orientation with the vertical and horizontal layout. And judging by that nice earthy wallpaper, the use of the Carl B wooden countertop and the Alex drawers really fits in nicely and gives it a nice, kind of warm, earthy feel. Good job, Frank, that made sense. His primary display is from Samsung. It's a 29-inch curved LED ultra-wide. Definitely looks nice mounted there, no cables in sight, and the portrait one is a Dell P2314H. I'm digging that shelving unit off to the left side of his desk, and you can see he has a Logitech G29 racing wheel there that he could just pull up to his desk for some racing games. His keyboard is a Coolerton 8710 keyless mechanical keyboard there with some nice white backlighting, and his mouse is the Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum, but I'm digging the use of mixed black and white keycaps there on his keyboard to kind of give it a nice personal look. At 50 bucks, the keyboard's a pretty solid buy. And as for his audio game, he has a pair of the Sennheiser HD 650 headphones, and they're powered by the Shit Stack, the Valley and Madi DAC and amp there behind it. And now it's the time where we take a look at the PC, and his case is the Inwin 901 case. I think that looks really nice and it fits in with your setup overall. He has an i5 4690K CPU with a Noctua NHU95 cooler, 16 gigs of HyperX RAM in white, and a GTX 780 graphics card. I always like a nice ITX build like this. But altogether, it's a really nice setup, and the cable management is locked down. You got the IKEA Signum under there to just keep the cables and the power bricks off the floor. With the RGB light strip behind your desk and the use of like the the wooden desk and the earthy wallpaper, it gives it a really nice look, and I feel like it's just a really calming and chill setup. Beautifully executed. Alright guys, that'll do it for episode 77 of Room Tour Project. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget, check the description down below for all the products you saw listed in this episode, as well as the download link to Nice, where you can watch my videos early for free, so make sure you subscribe to me on there, as well as a chance to enter a weekly giveaway. We have a lot of cool stuff coming on the Nice app, so make sure you download it. If you like this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed episode 77. Have a good day.